Hey guys, this is Anita. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my December TBR. This is the third time I'm filming this TBR. First time there was something off with the camera, and the second time I messed up with the prompts from the readathon I'm participating. In December, I'm participating in Reindeer Readathon, which is hosted by Eric by Break Even Books. Prompts from this readathon are very easy. I'm not adding any extra books which are not there in my TBR. All my existing books fit into the prompts. That easy they are. I'll link the announcement video in the description if you want to check it out. When you sign up, you'll get assigned into one of the teams by Eric. You can choose your own team. Luckily, I got into Team Candy Cane, whose captain is Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative. I love Leslie, and she was the leader of my first ever readathon in shelf space, so I wanted to be in her team again. I literally squealed when I got the email. I'm very happy to be in this team. I don't want to mess up again, so I have the prompts ready in my laptop here, and I have my TBR ready. So I list the prompts and I'll just assign each book into that prompt. There are total 9 prompts. The first one is Dasher, which is to finish a series or pick up a book that you started and put down, or you can pick a short story or a novella. There are many series I'm finishing, but I'm not reading those books for this prompt because they will suit for different prompt. So I'm choosing novella for this prompt, which is August by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is also one of my 5-star predictions, so this works perfect for this prompt. And the next one is Dancer, which is to read a book with cursive, flowy or elegant font on the cover. I am going with the Fool's Fate by Robin Hobb for this prompt. This font is elegant enough for me. This also fits many other prompts, but later maybe depending on the mood, I may change it. For now, I am putting this book for this prompt. And the next prompt is Prancer, a book with your favorite season on the cover, or the book cover has colors from your favorite season on it. This is the prompt I most struggled with because, for starters, I cannot look at the book cover and can tell which season it represents. And on top of it, my favorite season is summer. In fantasy, it is very difficult to get those summary covers. Luckily, I found one cover, that is Tehanu by Ursula K. Le Guin. This is 4th book in HC series. I have been postponing reading this book from past 2 months, which is very bad because these are only 200-page length books. Also, one of my favorite characters from previous books may return in this book, so I will definitely get to this book this month. Next prompt is Vixen, which is to read a book you want to read but think it might be overhyped. I am choosing to read The Last Argument of Kings by Joe Abercrombie for this prompt, which is 3rd book in First Law. I am enjoying these books, so don't come at me. I am only choosing this because this is the most overhyped book, I think, in my TBR, so I have to assign this. There is one other book which I'll talk about it later. I think that book and this book can be interchanged for these 2 prompts. And the next prompt is Comet, which is to read a book with an astronomical word in the title: sun, moon, star, sky, etc. This is the easiest prompt for me because in my December TBR I have Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. So this is direct fit. This Starless Sea is also one of my 5-star predictions. So I have high expectations on this. The premise sounds very whimsical, and it also sounds very similar to the Shadow of the Wind premise, which I enjoyed a lot. So fingers crossed, it could be 5-star read for me. Next prompt is Cupid, which is to read a book with a favorite trope in it. For now, I'm keeping this prompt empty because this is very easy to fill. There is no way I can read all 9 books in this month. Fool's Fate has Question It, which is one of my favorite tropes. I may read that book for this prompt because this prompt has more points. So if I can read only 7 books or 8 books, I'll read those prompts which has more points. So instead of the second prompt, I may read that book for this prompt. I'll decide that based on how many books I'm reading at that time. And the next prompt is Donner, which is to read a book that you want to read but are not a fan of the cover. I am picking Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson for this prompt. This cover doesn't do anything to me. This is the alternative overhyped book I'm talking about. This First Law and Warbreaker are the most overhyped books in my TBR. So I'll read, I think both of them fit to both of these prompts. I can read either way. And the next prompt is listen, use a random number generator to find a number between 0 and 9 and find a book that ends in that page number. So I used random number generator. I got 7. Luckily, I found a book that is Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien, the Lord of the Rings third book. I need to finish this series by the end of this year, so I would have definitely fit this book in one of these prompts. Luckily, this has page number which ended with 7, not actual content wise, but after the end of all appendices, index, that final page of index ended with 7. And the next prompt is Rudolph, which is to start a new series. I am reading the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin for this prompt. I have to read this book. I am reading this for my friend Armin. I promised him that I'll read Broken Empire trilogy this year. We are almost at the end, so I need to read at least the first one. And there are extra 3 bonus prompts which we are supposed to read in conjunction with above 9 prompts. The first one is Christmas Star, which is to read a book over 500 pages. Most of the books in my TBR fit into this prompt. Return of the King, Fool's Fate, and Warbreaker, Last Argument of Kings. Anything I can combine with this prompt, so I'm not worried about that. And the next one is Christmas Lights, which is to read an ebook. So I'm reading August for this prompt. I'm loaning ebook from my library. And the next prompt is Christmas Carols, which is to read an audiobook. Almost all of my books I'm planning to immersion read audiobook along with physical copies, so I'm not at all worried about this prompt. There is another final prompt saying if we finish all those above 9 prompts along with these 3 bonus prompts, we can read one extra book, one of those prompts. I am sure I cannot read all those 9 books in a month, so I don't think I can finish this prompt. So I'm not even considering, but if I can, if by chance, if I finish all those 9 prompts, I may read another book from Earthsea series because those are short. So I'll pick that 5th book, Tales from Earthsea, from that series. That's all in my December TBR. Please let me know in comments what are your plans for December and what are your goals. Please like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.